All right, please note this is not my entire set of pyritized ammonite, but it's damn close to being a lot of it. Okay, so that was that. There's that piece. Okay, I got some pyrite in here too, regular pyrite. Got some cimbersite, which is pyritized ammonite and cimbersite. Okay, go back to bed, Tanasha. Go get some sleep. Absolutely nobody's keeping you here. Go get some rest. That's only one. Oh, things are going fine. Things are going fine. What we got in here? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Vibing the current playlist hard again? Yes, I decided to go for something a little different. Oh, I think we're using these. I think we're using these. They're very delicate. We've got thoughts. Before I glue this stuff down, thoughts. If you don't like it, say something. Don't be quiet. Can I undo and redo? You're funny. Um, so these here, I'm putting these in, and I don't know. What do you think of this? These are pyritized ammonites, which goes with this, which is also pyritized ammonite, as is this. This just has a lot of cimbersite in it. Now I can take these away. We don't need these down here. Well, this is a chill place, Cabinosi. In fact, I'm liking it without these myself. I just need to find an adequate way to glue these down. Oh, you were Googling pyritized ammonite. Some beautiful stuff, isn't it? This is a very thin piece on these. Normally the ammonite's pyritized a little thicker. This one's very brittle. It's almost like an incomplete fossilization. So I'd like to do that. No, this piece is not the commission. The commission is this piece which I glued down earlier on stream. No, all pyrite is not from these creatures, Ella. All pyrite's not from these creatures. This ammonites that are specifically fossilized with pyrite are a different thing. So pyrite itself can be found in many different forms all over the world, and beautiful crystals and stuff. This, by the way, Cabinosi, is the commission. We got it glued down earlier. I'm letting the glue set up and dry. Add soon. Thank you. Yes. Hi, Lavina. Amethyst is your style. Yes. Style of the person who commissioned things, too. So, ammonite is the sea creature. And sometimes when it fossilizes, pyrite forms in it. It's an extinct sea creature. Died with the dinosaurs. It's any second, folks. All right, I'm going to go put these away. And I'm going to glue those down. No, I don't polish my own minerals and fossils. I buy them this way because I don't have the equipment to do it. Now, as these are so fragile, we're going to coat the whole outside with glue. Sitting threads. Yeah, I knew you were in ads. So I do not polish or cut my own fossils or minerals. I specifically buy these from people whose livelihood it is to cut this stuff because the equipment you need to cut this stuff is very expensive, and I don't have that kind of money to outlay for such equipment. I mean, I could cut it with a Dremel if I was really feeling adventurous, but I'm not feeling that adventurous. And I'm only coating the whole outside of it on the back because this is such a fragile fossil that I would prefer to make sure I reinforce it. And when this stuff dries, it will help reinforce it. Do I bead other things? Like what, per se? What exactly, you know, what do you mean by other things? I guess is what I'm getting at. All right, so I gotta let that glue dry before I do any beadwork around those. So for now, what I'm gonna do is focus on accenting the beadwork down here. So what other things? Okay, okay. I have not done phone cases or handbags or bottles. I do have. So a lot of the people that do the beading on that stuff, they're doing peyote stitch on those all the way around. This is something different entirely. Um, I do have needle cases to do beadwork on that I haven't done anything with yet. So there is that. But yeah, I haven't done anything other than necklaces and earrings. Um, no problem. No problem, Ella. So there are many different types of beading out there. There's doing loom work on a loom with beads. There is um, bead weaving, which sort of encompasses loom work, but it's a kind of a broad term because you're taking needle and thread and you're weaving it in and out of beads to create things. And that's where peyote stitch and doing things like bottles and phone cases and handbags comes in. Some people bead whole handbags with peyote stitch. Some people do it in bead embroidery like what I'm doing here. I have thought of in the future making myself my own handbag with bead embroidery on the outside flap. But that is a far in the future project. Right now, my focus mainly has been jewelry, um, because jewelry is what I started out doing. It's, you know, something I enjoy doing. Ugh. Let's see. All right. Now, I am going to do. I've been doing this 24 years. Now, actual beading itself, in its many different forms, I have been doing since I was about 9. Because I can do the bead weaving, I've done loom work, I've been doing all that since I was 9. The bead embroidery I started doing 24 years ago in graduate school. No, that's okay. That's okay. I gotta let glue dry, so no problem. Yes, my work has been published. I am an award-winning artist. I wouldn't say it's been published in a book, but it is in magazines. Still want to do these, and then yeah, we're gonna do some smaller stones, smaller crystals. Questions are perfectly okay. Some would argue a magazine is more prevalent. That's I could see that argument. My my stuff has been featured in ads for Fire Mountain Gems because that's who I've won the contests with. So that is if you've ever picked up a magazine like Belle Armoire or Bead and Butt magazine. Of course, Bead and Butt magazine went out of business during the pandemic. Um, or what was some of the other ones? There's a few bead magazines out there still, not many though. So if you want, I don't know, Ella, are you on mobile or are you on a personal computer or laptop? Because my answer, my next suggestion is going to depend on your answer. You're on a PC? Good. Scroll down to my panels. There's my Pinterest page with my work. There's also a link next to my bio that'll take you to my Fire Mountain Gems profile. Or at least should. So I've got a lot of resources down there. There you go. And if you want to join the Discord, we also have links down there to the Discord, also exclamation mark Discord. Your reaction of holy fuck is roughly equivalent to what a lot of people say when they see my work. Yeah, Bead and Button magazine was amazing. And I have a few of their editions here still that I didn't get rid of. You just call me Arid. It's okay. I'm a pretty humble person. So, thank you. Thank you. So I learned how to make jewelry, Ella, because growing up, when I wanted all the pretty jewelry, I was told, we're sorry, we can't afford that. And I got so sick of hearing those words that I decided that because I was artistic, when I grew up, I was going to learn to make my own jewelry. So I would never have to hear those words again. I come from an artistic family. Before my father's injuries at work and subsequent surgeries killed his uh, motor skills, he could do pen and ink drawing. He's done oil painting. He's done sculpting. I have some of his framed artwork that's packed away from our move last year. He was a graphic artist by education. My mom, she used to do knitting. She used to do a lot of crochet. Then she also has done cross stitch. And her big love right now that she's retired is quilting. And my sister is one of those people that can look at a picture, grab her colored pencils and some paper, and sit down and start sketching and coloring things in. And when she's done, it looks exactly like the picture. And she runs her own construction business. So yes, I come from an artistic family. My grandmother was also very crafty. Both grandmothers were. I never met my one grandmother because she was dead before my mom even got married. But my father's mom was incredibly crafty. So art runs in the family. I know my grandmother on my mom's side did a lot of sewing. I do not have a website. If people like something that they see on Pinterest and they want to buy it, we can talk. But my stuff isn't cheap because there's a lot of work put into it. There's a lot of time involved, and I don't buy cheap materials. I work in a lot of check glass. I work with some Chinese faceted glass, which is cheaper, but um, I also work with Czech press glass. I work with Japanese and Czech seed beads. As you can see, I get a lot of unique stones. So, yeah, I stream every Thursday and Saturday night around 7 p.m. Pacific. I am on the west coast of BC or close to the west coast. Thank you for the follow, Ella. Thank you so much for that follow. That's okay. The fact of the matter is you did it, and that's all that matters, right? So, as far as I know, of the people that do beading on Twitch, I'm the only one that does this kind of form of bead embroidery. There are people that do the Native American form of bead embroidery. One of them is my moderator, Cece Chisato, and she's probably lurking in the background right now. She beads on leather and she does beautiful things. Every year she makes moccasins for her kids for Christmas. They're gorgeous. There are also other beaders here that do other things besides bead embroidery. There's Vanishing Pearl. There's Positively Crafty, who does more than just beading. Um, we got all sorts of people here on Twitch that bead that I know of. And give me a second here and I'll do some shout outs and you can go see what these people do. Because I think most of my mods are either asleep or doing a hard lurk. So let me finish this here. That looks like 3 beads for there. Oh yeah, positively crafty is awesome. Positively crafty is awesome. All right, I'm going to give some shout outs. So these are people you can check out, Ella. Let me give some shout outs to these people. There's Crafty. There's Pearl. There's my mod Cece. Well, I did that wrong. There we go. Some other ones that do various types of beadwork. That one. Um, there's another beader. Now, some of these people do not do bead embroidery. They do other forms of beading. But all in all, it's all different kinds of beading, and you're going to want to go check them out. Um, who was the other one? There's one other one I wanted to. We got Crafty Pearl, CC. No problem. I love encouraging people to go check out the other beaters out here on Twitch. We're a very small community of beaters on Twitch. Um, there's not a lot of us. I think there's a total of maybe 10 of us, 10 or 11 of us that I know of that do beating. Um, and I'm sure there's more out there. We just haven't found them. Um, so, you know, it's one of those things where eventually, when we get enough people that are beating, I want to start up a Twitch Beaters Guild or some kind of beaters stream team kind of thing. It's all people who do beating because I want people to find beaters. I want people to see all the beaters and learn from them. Yes, Cabanosi. So that's the plan. I got to talk to Cece and Pearl and all them and get that figured out. All right. There we go.